Hi, I'm Claudia Brown Coulter with Pivotal Peace. I'm your go-to mediator for navigating divorce while parenting children with special needs. I'm also a legal document assistant LDA based in the greater Los Angeles area. Let's talk about your child, their special needs, and their financial needs, because the goal is that our children will outlive us. And so all parents want to leave something for their kids. In your situation, you're going to need something a little bit different because your child may not be able to go out and work and support themselves and live independently. So you have to go through some extra steps. So let's think about that. Because as you are going through a divorce, this is something that you have to be considering so that all of your children's needs are met, not just the ones right now while they are minors. You have to look at what do they currently need? What are their educational needs, their vocational needs, their medical needs, their therapeutic needs? What do they need now? And how much is that costing you? How are you paying for that? Think about that. And is your co-parent chipping in? Are they planning to chip in? I need you to begin to think about this because the court expects both people to become self-supporting. Spousal support usually doesn't last forever. Child support, that's a little different with children who have special needs. But you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to find a way to support yourself and support your children and pay for these services. So what I really want you to think about is, are the needs of my child so extreme that they will probably need some sort of child support the rest of their lives? That's not something fun to think about, but it's a reality. So think about that. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Yes, child support can last the whole child's life, even when they're an adult, if their disabilities prevent them from being able to care for themselves, being able to provide for themselves. Parents are going to have to continue to provide for them. And you know, just because your child turns 18 does not mean they stop holding their hand out asking you for money. They just get more expensive. Okay. You probably need some sort of special needs trust, not a regular trust. You need a special needs trust, and you need to go to someone who is qualified, and that is to do those things, and that is what they do, that they know how to do that. Because if you have the wrong type of trust, it could interfere with any sort of government benefits that your child gets, and you don't want that. You want them to get both. If your child is entitled to any sort of government assistance, you want them to get that, and you want that special needs trust to kick in and not interfere with that. They should have all the money available to them. So this is why I need you to consult with someone who specializes in special needs trust, not just wills and trust, special needs. Okay, it's like a little bit extra. They got that cherry on top. They know what to do. You want to think about also life insurance policies. Do you have a whole life insurance policy on your child? Do you have life insurance for yourself? Do you have life insurance on your child? Because it's really sad, but sometimes our children don't outlive us. Their disabilities, it's hard because I know people, right? Like their child died at 21 or 25, and that was longer than the life expectancy that they were given when they were little because their needs were so severe. So for your own planning, I want you to think about, what is the prognosis of my child? What's their life expectancy? And do I have some sort of life insurance policy on them so that I can have a nice service for them, right? A nice homegoing service, a nice memorial service for them where I'm dealing with my own grief, my co-parents dealing with their grief, and we don't have to worry about the financial implications on top of that. And the other side of that is a life insurance policy on yourself, or maybe your spouse has a life insurance policy. How is that structured so that the child can benefit and have something left over when you are no longer physically on this earth to take care of them? The other thing I want you to think about as you are contemplating divorce and your child is a minor, thinking about, where are they going to live? Are they going to constantly be in my care or constantly in your care? And as much as you love your children, needing a break does not mean you're a bad parent. And if they need to go to some sort of assisted living type place, it is there funding for that? So these are conversations that you need to have, thinking about, well, how do we decide in the future if we're disagreeing about this? What is the tiebreaker in the future to help us get past that disagreement so that our child isn't living in limbo? I'm not living in limbo. You're not living in limbo. The child is living with me and I'm doing all of their needs while you're traveling the globe, right? I need you to think about that. Like, how do we have conversations and decide who the child is living with after a certain point? Are they going to a facility? How do we decide on that facility? What is a tiebreaker going to be? What type of training will they have? Are they able to earn any income? Hey, maybe they can't fully support themselves, but if they can get a part-time job where they can be out interacting with people, yes, this is great. That is a form of independence, and we want all of our children to have that. Now, it probably, is not going to be enough to support them throughout their whole lives. So that's where you have to kick in and go, okay, great. We're going to get this vocational training, and then we're going to make sure that these types of things supplement it. We have a special needs trust. We have different investments that is going to help fund this assisted living facility. You really want to make sure you are consulting with tax professionals and someone who knows special needs trust. Now, there was a recent court case where this dad made and sometimes people don't like me to mention gender, but it just happened to be a dad. It happened to be a dad and a mom, okay? Dad made millions of dollars a year and refused to pay child support. This is not for a minor child. This is for an adult child with severe special needs. And the court said, no. Now, the court didn't say, this is your child support amount. They remanded it back to the lower courts to figure it out. But they were like, yo, buddy, you have a fiduciary responsibility to pay support. Now, the mom was supporting the child with the child I think was getting, so the mom was supporting the child, and then the child was getting from Social Security, I believe, maybe $20,000. Dad made millions. Oh, I don't want, to interfere with their ability to get Social Security. You make millions of dollars a year. You don't think you need to pay support? You made this child. The court does not look kindly on it. So it is better for you. It is better for your child. It's just good karma. It's good juju. Take care of your kids. They got special needs. All kids need love and all kids need money. So you got to break them off a piece. Get that special needs trust. Have these conversations now so that in the future, all you have to worry about is the quality of life for your child, not fighting with your former spouse. You can do this. I'm happy to help you have conversations around this.